Hey everyone, this is Kathy. I'm coming to you from my little small foyer area here today. Just wanted to go someplace different and the sun is shining. Woohoo! So my cat's enjoying her spot right there. But anyways, I wanted to get on and share a story with all of you. I know my last few videos have been about Warrior, or the Ultimate Warrior, and you guys can check out all those on your own. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of views on those, so I know what's popular. All my fun stories and videos that go along with him. So today, even though today was my Warrior Writings Wednesday, and I wear my lovely feather necklace, I'm going to talk about something a little different. It always connects anyways, right? So most recently, when I saw my energy healer, she taps into my angels and my guides and all of that. If any of you have ever seen an energy healer, gone to one. And sometimes things just come up, and it's not even things that I'm necessarily pursuing or asking about. So she'd asked me if I had a childhood dog. And I said, I did. And she asked me what her name was. And I said, her name was Molly. And she went on to kind of tell me that I knew some things. And she said to me, I keep getting an image that you were 4. Well, we didn't have her till I was around 6. So my sister was 4. So maybe she picked up on that. I don't know. But anyways, I was close with her, but my one sister was super close with her. But again, didn't really matter so much. And because she asked if I liked animals and all that, and I do. And she said to me, she didn't live too long, did she? Because I didn't give her any information. And I said, no, I think she was about 9. I want to say like 9. She said when I was young that I knew that she was going to pass young. Of course, I didn't quite understand this. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she said, you had that ability. You knew at a young age that your dog was not going to live long. But of course, that would never have been something I would have remembered, and I repressed that because I was probably too emotional, or I don't want to say that's a bad thing, but back then, being introverted and that, to have known some of these gifts. And some people, they have things when they're super young and it's just their life and they're used to it, works for them. But for me, not so much. So that's kind of precognition, which I've had some things, but most of the things I have are positive, and a lot of them have to do with Warrior. But then she went on to tell me that clairvoyance is my strongest psychic trait. Clairvoyance, seeing, which, okay, I've had a couple little things, but they're very sporadic, and that's not a constant. I've had sentience, which is feeling, of course, through different things like telepathy, dreams, and all of that. And I've had clairaudience, which I've talked about in my book, but a few hearing episodes as well. But voyance, of course, in the dreams, I've always had an active dreaming state, but she said this doesn't have to do with that. So she gave me some tips that I can do to help strengthen that if I want, because she sensed fear around it, which, yeah, because our brains go to the bad. Our brains go to like that movie, and I've blogged about this, but that, I think it was from 2009, Sandra Bullock movie called Premonition. Because we think of premonitions and stuff as being bad. And she saw this accident that her husband was going to be in. And, I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen. Anyway, but it's kind of negative. And I spent some days thinking about all this, crying about my dog, knowing that I knew that. So it always takes me a few days to process any information, no matter what it is. And so I am trying some of these exercises. You know, I'm using some crystals, and she told me to focus on flowers, which is interesting because Christina Lopes, who I've mentioned before, she recently did a YouTube video, and I'm going to link it at the end. And I blogged about this as well, so I'm going to link that post too, about how to strengthen your third eye, your pineal gland. And she mentioned flowers a little bit, so I'm not going to give it all away. But just different exercises that you can do. And I am a little hesitant because I think, I don't want this to be bad. Who does, right? But she's like, you know, yin and yang, kind of like my bracelet. You know, we don't want to see the bad images and things. But I start to think, maybe this is just for me to help me to tap into my own being. You know, yes, it's going to serve others down the road. But I have to heal myself first. You know, so maybe it's about me tapping into quite possibly the energy of a past life and healing that, and seeing things that are going to help me deal with that in a better way. We'll see. So I have to always believe in the good. Like Warrior said, always believe, right? Don't think it's going to be a bad thing. The universe isn't going to gift you with something that's going to be horrific. Movies dramatize a lot of stuff. So our brains go to that because we're so conditioned to do that, right? And we are, and it's horrible. But I would never have guessed this. Like I said, cognizance, okay, that had to do with my dog a little bit, the knowing, but it comes out sporadically. But voyance is, she said, strong. And I've had moments, like I've done like a Lomi a couple times with my spiritual group, which is kind of like a group Reiki. And I saw something very clear with this one woman, and it wasn't accurate, but very close. But again, that was a few years ago, and I don't really have that. But you do things to help strengthen it. And so I'm going to link my blog post and Christina Lopes' video as well at the end. Just seeing if there's anything I forgot. So that's just my story of that with my most recent energy session. But, you know, we all have strong traits. It's just a matter of how they're brought out, if you want them to be brought out, and what you can do about it. And I'm exploring it little by little. Things are going to take time. So she said this is the next step for me if I'm willing to try. So, and telling me that story about my dog, again, that was more cognizant, but just to have like a little snippet of that, knowing that that was something from my childhood. Because in my book, I say, you don't have to have stuff from your childhood, but I have in parentheses that you can remember. So I never ruled it out. I just never remembered anything on my own, which there are those of us who don't. And some people grow up with all of this and they're surrounded by it all the time, or people who have very expressive psychic gifts and family members and they practice things, and not me. So I think it was helpful in knowing I did have something from my childhood. So I just didn't remember it. Well, anyways, everybody have a great day. I will link those at the bottom. You can find me, spiritbelief.com, mywarriorratings.com, the Ultimate Warrior. I'm on Twitter, obviously here. So some more social media there, just a little bit. And check out those stories if you choose to, and follow your own psychic traits the best way that you want. So until next time, I'll see y'all. Have a great day.